say in judgment, we say the Lord will let you get fat on your wickedness, and the Lord let Polight get fat. He went out there was with Money Mayweather, took a picture of Kobe Bryant, with
floor seats, all
type of stuff.
Rolls Royce, all.
And now he in jail for rape.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Now, when you look at the debate, as far as okay, let me ask you this. Let's go into this. What's your thoughts on the aspect of this war thing, us and Russia, United States and Russia, and things like that? You know, it just seems like it is getting closer to feeling like we could potentially be at a world war. You know, from the conversations and from the actions we're seeing and things like that. Who do you think best, fits from this debate alone? Seems that they would be better at handling the situation we got going on with Russia or preventing a World War III.
I think preventing a World War III, and this is in an odd way. I think Trump would, and I think in some respects, because we need to take what he says about Gaza seriously, because his advice to Netanyahu to get it over with. So what does that mean? So I don't say he would handle it better as some kind of human. I mean, and then let me say from now, so they all war criminals. Biden, even the stuff that
Biden called Putin a war criminal. He called him a straight up criminal. Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
So I'm like, and in my head, I'm saying, can that apply to Biden and Obama and all these guys? But hey, I'm just,
and Trump. I mean, you can't just fly some drone over because you done decided, they are. You arrest people. They have trial. You don't just you can just send a drone to assassinate somebody. Oh, we killed Massignani because he was top. So that stuff's a war crime. Those are sovereign nations. You can't fly over sovereign nations and just kill somebody because you said that because you don't like them. So all those stuff is war crime. I think Obama was the one that really gave that the green light. Almost every night before he went to bed, he was signing off on getting somebody.
Yeah, I heard that.
So the point is, so all of them are war criminals. Who would navigate this better? I think Trump would be a better war criminal than Biden because some of this stuff is relationship based. Yeah. I think he has a relationship with Putin where he would say, "Yeah, okay, all right, yeah, y'all collapse. You want to get this? How can we stop the bloodshed? Because now the bloodshed, Trump was on it. Then look, all the people that's dying. Look at all the people that are dying. They can't even find enough soldiers in Ukraine. That's why NATO on the low is sending soldiers. Because you need bodies to carry these weapons and to fly these planes. And so it's messy. Now, will it be a world thing? I think Trump might be able to keep the lid on, but this thing with Gaza and what other countries might do. But again, I can't mention Gaza without mentioning Sudan. Equal genocide taking place there. Bringing up our beloved Haiti again. And Kenya is in civil turmoil. So these are our main issues. So, whether they're going to start a world war that's going to ultimately, because remember the First World War, I mean, who were the countries involved? The Second World War, we talking France, talking Germany, talking England, talking U.S. These are all white nations. I have an elder on 125th. He used to call it White War One and White War Two. so and then if they're going to do three, and with the machinations that can destroy the world, at the end of the day, we're going to say, so what kind of network do we have left on the planet, or that can stay sidestep while they do what they do? And even now, we got to be mindful of China, because remember, China has a one China policy that includes Taiwan and North Korea. They lay in the cut. They are world power as well. And they are the most populous people on the planet. So they got 1 million soldiers to throw at a conflict and still be all right with 1 million more to replace them. And
they're advancing. They're advancing technologically as well. China's one of the most forward advancing countries. They're living in the future compared to where we're at here in the United States. Yeah.
So, but they do it on the low. But white hegemony is very boisterous, and they stay off that we're the only world power. At least now, some of the talking heads, and I've heard them finally admitting, okay, we're not the only world power. They wouldn't even have that said before.
Yeah.
So they
But
are
remember,
even realizing.
I feel like Biden kind of, he kept saying something in the sense of, I don't understand what Trump is coming with this. We're like, oh, this country ain't good. Like, I would never say nothing like that. We the number one. We the best. Da 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 da.
Yeah,
This that, and the
yeah,
third.
yeah.
I feel like I'm like, yo, now I'm calling cat. Because it's like, what?
Exactly.
All
Hype.
of this.
Straight hype.
Well, I wanted to ask you this point that Biden said to me was like, I'm like, wow, he said this out loud, and I guess it's known. But what's your thoughts when he talked about, when Trump called him out on sending 300 billion to Ukraine, and Biden said, we're not sending money, we're sending weapons.
Mhm.
So, what does that say to Russia when he openly to the world let it be known? We ain't just sending them money now. We sending weapons to kill the Russians and to fight the Russians. Like, doesn't that put us at straight up conflict with Russia? Like, that's like straight up like we're funding. It's like if we're on the block and you trying to get this block, and I'm sending this guy aid, you got a problem with me. It's like, yo, stop sending him
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
for my block. I'm trying to do my thing, and you sending him here to like now I have issues with you. I might not want issues with you, but now like you're not giving me no choice. You funding and aiding this guy who I'm destroying right now. So like it sounds like you want beef with me. At least from my perspective, that's how I'm looking at it. And I'm like, for him to say it publicly, I thought was amazing. Like I thought that was crazy.
Yeah, it's been obvious. I think the only thing that's kept it, proxy war. That's what a proxy war is. You
Yeah.
finance someone else to do your dirty work instead of you sending your. But
But
that
isn't that
gray
supposed to be
area.
in secret? Isn't it supposed to be like in
Oh
secret?
well, it's so
Or it's like,
open and honest. I mean, even back with the
okay.
Contra, when Reagan was funding it through drug money. I mean, you can. It's so they don't even try to cover it that much. It's Russia knows the U.S., but now the thing, that gray line, that gray area with Putin, what he said is, don't send them certain munitions that can reach into Russia. Keep this, if y'all can, whatever battle type stuff and equipment, keep it right within range. Now, they just recently, I think Biden said he's going to now send him certain missiles that can target mid-Russia. Now, that is the gray area. That's when I think Putin sent some of his nuclear planes, and that's when they start talking about what he's going to send to Cuba. I don't know if you saw that news flare
Yeah,
up. He
yeah,
had a ship
exactly.
on the
They
way
were
to
bringing the
Cuba.
ships and yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Because he was saying, okay, let
Yeah,
me put some stuff right off your border. You want to put something off my border that can destroy any part of my country? Let me get some stuff down there to Cuba, 90 miles off your coast, and see how you like how that feel. Now, I don't know if that went through, because that was the original
no,
Cuban
I
Missile
remember.
Crisis.
I
Yeah, so
remember.
he
Yeah.
bought all of that back. But now, again, so like you said, now they've been doing that. They've been
Okay.
agitating Putin with this for a while. They had
Okay.
real Nazis there that was killing Russians. That was happening. That was happening in certain sections. So now, was that a whole psyop to provoke him? But they've been doing stuff, and they saw him mounting his forces. They knew he was going to come in, and they just kept on pushing.
Yeah.
So, but why? Because it'd be part of their plan. Could this be money laundering? And now you caught that phrase. I caught it too, but it meant something different to me. And
Okay.
he said, at this point, we're sending them arms. That because Trump kept saying the money, the money. My thing with that, it hit me different. It was like, why couldn't you send them arms from the get go? Because they
Yeah.
fighting a war, right? Then that should have been
Yeah.
all you sold. But why wouldn't you
Yeah.
send them? What is the billions for? And I think some of that was just laundering, man. That was straight laundering. Because they can't trace
Damn.
where that money is going once it gets offshore under those kind of conditions. So yeah, but he did say that. But I put, oh, okay, doing that now. No, why didn't you start off? Okay, we're sending him our best weapons, our best ships, and send him the bill after. At least America
Mm.
can get something back after he wins, because he's going to win with American support, right? And if he's not, what are you send him money for? What is the money for? What is he using those billions for? That we don't have. That the FDR got potholes. The George Washington Bridge is swaying when in a bad storm. But we got billions to send offshore. Nah. So it's so much corruption on top of corruption with this. And Ukraine was on the radar before, even when Trump was there. He had Giuliani going to Ukraine. So there's been some things popping off on the low with Ukraine for a while.
Mm.
My phone said the charges stopped. Let me just pull that
No,
off.
that's all right.
Okay. Yeah, so
Um,
yeah, Ukraine, and we may never know the full story with Ukraine.
Now, when you look at where these guys are going to try to take us and what they have planned out for us, I don't feel like I heard much of what Biden has planned out for us. I feel like Trump kind of laid out a little bit of something. Um, what do you see from the debate that they seem like they have laid out for us in the next year, or did you not hear anything that's laid out for 2025?
Nothing concrete, but interesting. Now you know what we've been discussing. Now
Oh,
that
of course.
project
I was gonna
2025.
segue. Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
segue into that real quick. I just
So
wanted to,
Trump, that's what Trump
yeah.
got laid out. Oh, again, well, to be fair to Project 2025, they say it's for any
It's for any
president that gets
president.
to that
Trump just
office,
picked it
right?
up. Yes,
Right,
Trump
but
just
Trump
picked
is
it up.
running with it. Trump is like,
Yeah.
gee whiz, now
Yeah,
finally he like doing the Birdman hand rub.
yeah,
He
right,
can't
right.
wait to get popping on that. But based on the debate, nah, man, it was just pot shots. It was the old basic. Again, back to the black issue was paternity deaths, unfair or unjust incarceration, 5 times the whites, housing. Again,
Hmm.
Biden had the lapse and called it uh, segregation, but any bright future there. Oh well, he says he wants unemployment to continue to go down. But nah, I didn't get anything that would have me like. And they're
Yeah.
supposed to be the Democrats, the ones that have the
Inflation.
highest voting bloc.
Yeah, I didn't hear him speak about bringing inflation down. I didn't hear about a lot of these things. So that's why I'm like, yo,
Yeah,
they
yeah. And
um,
also, I hope you heard they didn't say anything about taking the draft off the table because the draft
yeah,
didn't
they
even
didn't even speak about it
come up.
unless I missed it. I did. Yeah, then I'm like, this is a major topic. How they not speak about the draft?
Didn't even come up.
Didn't even come up. Yeah. So I know this is the first debate, so I'm sure we should get another one to address other issues.
Mhm.
So hopefully they do. Um, Overall, how what you feel about the debate? Like, how'd you feel about it overall?
I think it was politicians doing what they do, and to measure it from that perspective, I think Trump came out ahead on this, man. And he stayed on point on purpose. He kept pinning the stuff on Biden that he wanted to stick, and you couldn't come away from that by hearing the border issue related to Biden. You can't come away with now. If you attribute all of Trump's talking points to why all other problems are here to that. He did a good job at bringing it back, but he kind of got at Trump. He kind of threw some. Say, oh, you having prostitutes while your pregnant wife home, and you sleeping with this and so
Yeah,
he kind of
yeah, yeah,
you got the morals of an alley cat. I mean, so I'm surprised nobody
yeah,
has started to loop that. So you got to say, yo, you a straight up criminal. You got 34 felonies. This is the first time. Now
yeah,
he did come back. Trump came back and said, well, your son got it. And he said this. He said, see, let stuff go. He said, when you get out of office, you may have a few felonies. Now, I don't think that ain't no, because he's going to have the
yeah.
same the
The
controls
same
under
power.
his,
Yep,
yeah, to
yep,
go at
yep,
him.
yep. And
And,
what did Trump keep saying? He said, "You guys are using your political power to do a bunch of criminal stuff to
yes,
indict me and do all of this." He's like, "None of this is just illegal. None of this
yeah,
stuff y'all doing is just illegal." You know what
yes.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
and also,
yeah, go ahead.
and just that part of it. And he kept saying the people see it. He said that's why I've raised the most money that I ever had in the press.
Real
And these
talk.
are facts, man. These are facts. He's raised more money since he got convicted. And and these are the people, and these are small donations, man. This ain't no one big. These are little folks say, nah, man, y'all ain't gonna tell us who the criminals are. We can see through this. So that was like a vote, an unofficial vote. So
Yeah.
brother, he gonna end up getting back in there, man.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting how this whole election plays out. What you
Mhm.
thought about the question they kept asking Trump about if it doesn't go in your favor, will you concede? Will you be okay accepted? I feel like he never truly answered it. Or
No, he didn't.
when he did answer it though, he said as long as
If
it's
it's fair
fair,
and
it's
just,
right, it's just, and then and this is the thing that I wanted to say. It seemed like they kept like where are the fact checkers in a sense? Because it seemed like they just kept, he's a liar, that's not true, and you know what I'm saying. So it's like, who do you truly believe? Both of these guys just seem like, like they're blatantly calling each other liars, and it's low key almost disrespectful with
Oh
how they kind of
yes,
talking to each other. If we're supposed to both be presidents, supposed to both be, for this country,
yeah,
and we're
yeah,
so far apart as far as like respect level. It doesn't seem like there's really respect there. He's
yeah,
making Joe,
yeah,
you're the worst president of all time. And then
yeah.
they're throwing a lot of like nasty shots at each other to the point where they're like, yo, let's stop acting like children. Oh, you're a
Right.
child and you're a kid, and
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
damn, this is this
I
is
I
this
have
is
never seen
disgusting.
it like this, man. I've never seen it like this. And even like even in a boxing match, man, you touch gloves before
Yeah,
they didn't even shake hands at the beginning of this, right?
I didn't even notice that. I didn't
No,
notice
they
that.
don't.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
did because you
yeah,
come out, you shake your hand, and you go to your plate.
yeah,
That's always been
yeah.
it.
It was no
And then
respect.
no, well, yeah, none. And the other basic thing, cause we got a window of time to look at from the Kennedy Nixon presidential debate to today. I mean, so look how the packaging almost has come full circle because that for that very first one, they didn't have a live audience. They had a pretty
That's
much
true.
a similar setup. They moved to the live audience and the multiple podiums and the moving. I'm on the bells and whistles. So I just thought that's kind of interesting that it came full circle again, and that they had similar limits, and that one was based on style more than substance. It seemed like this one the same. Who looks
Yeah,
better? Who sounds better? Who
yeah,
who
yeah,
who is able to spin and pivot off the
yeah.
topics better? And if you judge by that, to fairly, Trump did that better than Biden in my assessment.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a poll up today. Just for kicks, just to see what
Mhm.
the people think. Who won, Trump or Biden, first debate? Just to see what they say.
Yeah, I would be
Because I'm
interested
I'm
in
interested
seeing.
to see the mindset of the people right now.
Mhm.
Online, it's just crazy and everything like that. I feel like it's a show. Ultimately,
Mhm.
it's just a show. I don't know how serious our elections are at this point.
Mhm.
And I don't know how much truth we're really gonna get from any of these candidates. Like listening to like the panels afterwards and the conversations. Just listening to how they talk about the presidents. Like, oh, Trump. I feel like a
Yeah.
breakdown summary was like, oh, Trump. He's lying again on this, and you know what I'm saying.
Right.
It's just you don't know who to believe anymore. That's how I look
Right.
at it. Like, I'm like, who do you trust in this situation?
Yes, and because I knew I was having that bill review today, I purposely didn't even look at him. I was like, right after the debate went off, I went and I looked to see who else had the whole debate because already they had their breakdowns and
Hmm.
review and then I clicked on one by accident and it was already going to well, I was up that because I didn't even want anybody else's spin. I wanted
I
to just hear
understand.
it again, hear what I missed, and form my
Yeah,
opinion before somebody else starts to work on me with yeah, he's there. Even though they might be accurate, but whatever you hold a micro a magnifying glass up to, it's going to stand out more. So I just want to see
yeah.
what happened in the full context. So I think that helped me get the best. But yeah, and the talking heads are going to reflect the bias of whatever that organization is, whether it's Fox, whether it's CNN, and whichever one they're
CBS.
going to spin
Yep.
it towards their base.
Um, but overall, this was viewed by millions of people, around the world. I was watching all the different channels. Millions of people were watching live and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously the people are engaged, and this is an important time of the year. So, you know, there's some more things I want to get into as far as like the Project 2025
Mm-hmm.
topic.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I want to keep it about the debate, and I want to kind of make that a separate conversation, just to keep the minds of the people, because sometimes when it's overly long, people don't really get the whole gist of the
True.
video. So
True.
I want to make that its own conversation where we just talk
Okay,
about
definitely keep
strictly
that
Project
separate.
2025.
Yes.
Um, but overall, I gotta say, it was fun watching it though. I felt like it was just fun watching it, just kind of like seeing what's going on because I'm not watching and reading everything and every article, so just to kind of see where their mindset is at,
Mhm.
was interesting to see. And July 7th or the 11th, right? Trump basically gets sentenced.
Yes.